Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It is Monday. Oh my goodness, it has been such a wonderful, fabulous week. If this is your first time joining me, thank you. Come on in, welcome. You have stumbled on a yarn channel, Another Yarn. Yes, that is a bit of play on words. Another yarn being a tale, and I tend to be a little bit of a storyteller when it comes to yarn, knitting, and crocheting. So please sit back and relax and enjoy the show, as they say, right? So Mondays is my what have I done during the week video, however you want to term it. All the things that I have worked on, dreamed of working on, procrastinated on, telling you stories as why I didn't work on it, you know, that stuff, right? So that's what Monday is. And I was on vacation all last week. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. We didn't have any big plans. We didn't go anywhere and do anything. We just enjoyed each other's company. Last week was also mine and my husband's 33rd wedding anniversary. And if you saw my live over the weekend, it's totally impromptu. There was a rainbow right above the house, you know, so of course I had to do a live. You'll see why we don't really care to leave the house. We've got a great view. We've got everything that we could ever want, possibly need. And for a yarn lover, I'm set. I'm set. So I just sat down and enjoyed everything that life has to offer and felt rejuvenated, re-energized, right? Just, oh my gosh, it's been amazing. My husband's talked me into actually using my time off. I know, that's actually crazy, right? I don't know what I was doing. I was saving it and I was hoarding it, and I was up to 175 hours of time off, paid time off, that I have not taken advantage of. So I took a week. I didn't, you know, go excessive, but I did take a week. And I'll be doing that more often because I like it. I find that is enjoyable. That man was smart, right? There's a reason I married him. He's a smart man. Do you want to see what I got up to this week? Since I had so much time off to my own little devices. And yes, for everyone that keeps asking me about my husband's sweater, I greatly appreciate it. Oh yeah, I got that done too. But I have to wait for him to actually model it, right? I don't want to just hold it up. So I've got to pin him down, model it, and I wanted him to say a few words. So it might be a little while before you see it, but it is also done. It was a very productive week. So let me go ahead, and I don't even know where to start with. Oh my goodness, there was so much stuff. We're doing the whole Christmas in July. Everyone's jumping on board, and I have been bit by the Christmas in July bug. For those that are around, you know that every year I make at least 10 pair of socks for my family for Christmas. And sometimes I get a little excessive and do it for their birthdays too. And I've been doing that for well over a decade, about 15, 16-ish years maybe now, something like that. So it is a family tradition. That is the most coveted, sought after, and loved gift. And it used to be just for my children and my husband. My children are adults. They now have spouses. So there you have it. I don't make them for the grandkids because grandkids' feet grow too fast. And when you get the size wrong, they cry, they throw a fit, and it's really not pretty. It's happened. Yeah, not doing that again. Nope, not doing that again. They don't understand. So I do other things for them, but not the socks. Anyway, speaking of, I got some done. Yeah, I did. I got my second pair of socks for the year done. Oh my gosh. This pattern is called Monkey. It is by a designer, Cookie A. You can get it for free. There's multiple avenues to get that for free. I'll list that down below. You can get it on the Knitters annual website, whatever, and then also Interweave. I can link to Ravelry and you can follow all those other links. This pattern came out in 2006. I remember when it came out. 18 years ago. How is it 18 years? No, it's not. I had to do the math multiple times. It can't be 18 years. I thought I forgot how to do simple subtraction. I just know. So this is my second pair. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, you want to see the first one? Of course you do, right? We already saw them, but why not? I'm proud. I am. This is my oldest son's pair. These are size 13. These are a big pair. And then here's my second pair, right? Look at that. You know, so I got all these socks right here. I'm just absolutely, look at that. Oh, wow. it's socks. It is sock season, and that in my household is Christmas season. It is sock season. So really proud to have gotten that. Oh, and then, you know, to not kill the sock making momentum, I have a cuff. Yeah, I know this is for sock number 3, and I'm going to use the Heritage yarn. This is what this is, the Heritage print by Cascade. Look at that. Look how pretty. So I'm going to use these two together. Oh my gosh, isn't that going to be gorgeous? And it's going to make one of these. Let's put that on. There we go. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to have with this color right here. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? And then the toes and the cuff I'm going to have right here. So I've already started it, which is half the battle. I don't generally do my socks until around the June, July time period because I'm pushing to get them. I procrastinate and I'm pushing to get them done by Christmas. And then I don't want to touch socks. And it takes me until around the June, July time period where I feel, okay, let's start socks again. So I'm on my 3rd pair. Yes. This whole vacation's been fantastic to have gotten that. I think, where was I last week? I was on the first sock and I was right here. It was just right here. Yeah, so I finished this sock and I made another one. Wow, that's pretty cool. So really happy with that. If you've not tried this pattern out, it is a pattern, right? You know, you got knits and a pattern. That's lovely. What I mean is, this is what's considered a plain vanilla. Well, I did some detailed stuff there, but just a plain stockinette, easy. This one has actual pattern throughout, right? But it's a really easy pattern, if that makes sense. It doesn't look like it, but it really is. It's very repetitive, very comfortable, and it gives a lot of bang for your buck. You know, it's very effective, very pretty, is something other than the plain sock. So all kinds of happy. I'm on my 3rd pair, so that's exciting. So that is totally in the vein of Christmas in July for me. And then I also jumped on board. Lori from the Armchair Chef has her Mystery Yarn Challenge, Christmas in July, right? So jumped on board with that. Look at that. Oh, it matches so well. Look, it's like you pin it on and you can't even tell, man. It just looks like my pocket. But look at this little mini sweater. Look at that gorgeous little mini sweater. Fingering weight yarn. I knit this with size 2 knitting needles. My socks are size 1. So not much difference, right? But this I use size 2s. Socks I did size 1s, but that's my little knitting needles. And those are cute. So I've got my orange one. We know I love my oranges. I don't know why you would think that. I have no idea where that would come from. I just know. But so I got my oranges. And I also got this one. This one I love. This is my coat of many colors. It is beautiful. And both of these, the sock yarn came from Elaine from Penguin Oak Crafts. She gifted me that, and I think it is adorable. And if I find my little buttons, I do have those little tiny microscopic buttons, and they're put away somewhere in my room. Yeah. There are buttonholes on that button band, and this is a working cardigan. Isn't that crazy? There are little buttonholes that if I wanted to sew the corresponding buttons on, it would be a working open and shut cardigan. I need to find one of the kids' dolls, the Barbie dolls, Ken dolls, whatever, and see what size this is to see if we can get like the little cardigan fit. I could make it a little bit bigger if needed, right? How adorable is that? So I got those, and that's before I got the memo for her Christmas in July. It was Christmas colors. Now, for me, the coat of many colors is still Christmas. We might be pushing it for the orange, but definitely the coat of many colors. Let's see. And then she was joking with me that maybe she should have added some socks to her list and everything, and maybe I'd get some socks done. So I did a couple of the little stockings. So I've got the beautiful blue and white and the red. I should have done red and white. I wasn't thinking about it, but that's okay. I've got both of them. And I'll put a hang tag on this one later. This one I remembered and just built it right in. But this is a stocking garland, if you wanted to make a bunch of them. But I have an idea. If I do a bunch of the different ornaments and everything, maybe making another little garland. But I've got so much stuff behind me in color anyway. I don't think you'd notice. But I think the kids would think these are fun and just absolutely adorable. And then the other little Christmas thing I did was the cute little Christmas tree. And this is made out of the Big Twist Value acrylic, but you could do it out of cotton and have that as a coaster if you wanted to. You could do it out of whatever material you wanted. If you did it out of like a crochet thread, you don't have to crochet with crochet thread, we know that. But if you did it out of something like that, then it could be a smaller ornament and you could turn it into earrings if you wanted to. I mean, there's a lot of different options with these things. I just picked on some of the lists that she had with the knitting side, but she had a whole bunch on the crochet side too. So maybe next week I might jump in on that, or, you know, this week for next week, that type of thing. But I don't know, I'm back at work. So, we'll see. Got a lot of this stuff done because I enjoyed my vacation. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed my vacation. Liz, smile. I mean, I'm like, yes. So those were some of the things that I got done. I started working on, well, I didn't start working on, I continued to work on, remember this one? This is my crocheted Laura shawl, and it is going from light, that white color at the one, see all these little balls, right? It's going from this white, and then the last ball will be black, right? So I'm close to, I think I've got a couple more balls before I get into the yellow and black. I set this down in time out because I was crocheting along and enjoying myself and minding my own business. Can you see what I did? You see what I did on this end? Can you see it? Can you see the issue? Yeah, I gotta pull it out. That's okay. I just set it down. I was like, you know, that's okay. I'll show it. It's grown. I did put more on it. I have pulled this thing out multiple times, not the whole thing, but I've pulled a lot out. So what I did is I wasn't paying attention, and you see these little flower doodads or these patterning bits, they're supposed to be staggered, and that just makes that beautiful whole field. But you see on the end here, they're not staggered. So I've got to pull just a few rows out, and then I can stagger them and I'll be back on to where I needed to be. But I wasn't feeling it. I'm just saying, I'm like, no, that's enough. I'm gonna wrap you up with the crochet hook so I don't lose it. Because the first time I set it down, I lost my size E crochet hook. I don't know where it is. My saving grace is my favorite crochet hooks are Susan Bates, and they are not as expensive as the Furls hooks and all of the other fancy hooks that so many other people use. So if I misplace one, that's okay. Oh, and the other benefit is I can drop mine on the floor and it's not going to shatter. I can clean out the garbage disposal with a crochet hook. Been there, done that. Don't judge, right? And then clean it and use it again. I'm just saying, right? I mean, they are durable. So I did wrap it up together, and I did put it away, but that is where I am. You can see the whole shape of it. You can see the whole crescent coming through now. So that is wonderful. And I think, I don't know. I don't know if this is ball 6 or 7. This isn't ball 7, I know that. But there are 7 balls in the ring, and the ring is 100 grams, so that typical full ball of sock yarn, but they just convinced us that we would love to weave in 17 or 14 ends, you know, 7 ends on each one. Yeah, fantastic marketing. I mean, I'm not gonna judge. I obviously bought it. I bought 2 rings. I bought it. But look at that gradient. Isn't that gorgeous? And like I said, that is going to go into the yellow, and then yellow and black, and then the last ball will be black. So it's kind of like a day and night shawl. I love the concept and I love that idea. So I'm going to continue, and you know, it'll just take a little longer. That's okay. It is okay. It was just better to just set it down and pick up something else. So here we go. I'm going to put that back together with the crochet hook so I don't lose it, and set it down. There is fine. It'd be just fine. And then I worked on another project, and I really did mean to get around to, right? You're like, woman, weren't you on vacation? What do you mean get around to? I know, I was having fun. I started working on a hat using some of the Big Twist Rave yarn. If you're not familiar, let me grab the color that I used. Okay. I used this color. This is the light bright color, and it is bright. And then we've got tons of the other colors. I mean, open. See, I like the brights, man. I'm telling you, right? You know, even the lights and everything are like, I'm not doing it. I don't like it. I'm not doing it. And then, you know, I like my oranges. But I hadn't pulled these out of the package, as you can tell. I did get more than 3, so I do have some that aren't in the plastic. Why rip those out? So I started a hat, and I could hear Lori from the Armchair Chef going, don't make a plain one. You know, a lot of people who do the reviews, if they're predominantly crochet and they've got one of the Centro or the Addi Pro knitting machines, they'll crank out a hat, which is stockinette stitch, and it looks great. It does. Erin from Crafting Kitty did one, and she went through a bunch of this and she showed the gradient, and it was beautiful. No complaints. She said it worked great for the Centro machine. And then she tried to hand knit with it. She loved the crochet. She loved the Centro machine. It looked beautiful, and I'm not gonna lie, the gradients were stunning. And then when she tried to hand knit with it, it was slow, sticky, the whole 9 yards. And I had a feeling it was because of the needles that she was using. She was using wooden knitting needles. Well, I got out my Carbons, Knit Picks Carbons needles, not wooden, and started a hat with that. And I couldn't do just the typical stockinette because, again, she went through a whole skein, and you know, and it's gorgeous. It looked fantastic. So we already know that just in stockinette, it's stunning by itself. The gradients are beautiful, and it worked out well. So I had to do something a little bit more than that. So I found a hat online. It's called Thorn, and it's a free hat on Ravelry. I'll link down below. And I liked it because you have cables, and you had twisted stitches, and you have things that are just more of a wow, not just the cranked out on the knitting machine, because I got called out on that. So that's what this is. Look at those fiery colors. I mean, yeah, isn't that beautiful? And she wasn't kidding on the way the gradient works. That is stunning. So I've got some cables here. I've got twisted stitches in between. So you've got that movement of the yarn, and it is beautiful. I mean, look at that. That is stunning. So I enjoyed working with it. I had no problems at all with the Carbons needles. It didn't drag. I didn't have problems. There was no splitting. And you know what? I didn't even have a lot of the thick and thin. Other people had commented, because this is it isn't 100% acrylic, but it's kind of a roving-ish style, you know, more like a single ply. Well, I mean, it's not single plied. I mean, you can see that, but you know, more just that roving style into it, that effect that can be splitty, that can have issues, especially if your needles are too pointy or whatever. But I had none of that issues. I didn't have a lot of the thick thin. Others had commented that it, in some spots, it had gone down very thin and then to thicker. I didn't have that. Now, this is my first ball. That's all I've gone through, so I can only speak to what was in this ball. I had no knots, I had no tangles, and the yarn worked out really, really well for me. And I got a finished project. There you go. And I don't know, maybe one of the grandkids will like this one. I know I gave the strawberry hats away to 2 of my granddaughters, and the other one wasn't here, so maybe she might like this one, right? Don't know. If not, it will go to somebody. And truthfully, that might be too big for her anyway, but that's okay. Somebody will love it, right? What do you think? Yeah, someone's gonna love that. I mean, look at the definition of that too. You can really see the cables, how they pop out. You can see the twisted stitches. That's not just the straight normal stockinette. I did twist. Every other row was a twisted stitch to really exaggerate a zigzaggy effect right here. And even the cables right here are staggered. And I thought that was a really nice, neat effect. And the cables were incorporated just slightly into the brim. So, and this hat, I believe, has a couple different, well, multiple sizes. Each pattern is in repeats of 20 stitches. So I have 100 stitches on here. Smaller hat, 80 stitches. So you would have 4 sections of the cables, and then the twisted rib. And a large hat for a large adult would be the 120 stitches, and that would be 6 repeats all around. So not hard to follow, easy to deal with, and a nice result. So that was fun. Let's see. Oh yeah, you're like, I saw you have other stuff. Let me look at my little list just to make sure. I did those. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. All right, so I know which one I'm gonna do last. One of the other things that I did is I did some swatching for a sweater for myself that I'd like to do. It is called Flourish, and there are so many cables on that and lace and everything. I mean, this is, look at this. Look at that. That is the fuzzy yarn, and then I'm carrying that with a Malabrigo. And here's my test swatch. So I did my test swatch. Yes, I swatched to see if I got gauge. Yeah. I did cast it on, but it's not sitting right here, so we'll just show that later on. But yeah, so you can't really see anything right yet. It's just a whole bunch of stitches scrunched on a needle, and it's fuzzy. It's fuzzy, but this yarn surprised me, and it's working up great. So there you have it. I'll bring that out later. But I know the one you're really here for. I do know. Keeping with that entire Christmas in July theme, just really absolutely feeling it. Yeah, you saw him, didn't you? You saw the Grinch. Oh my gosh, got that done. This is the green. People have asked on that one. That is Big Twist value, and the color is light green. And it is the perfect Grinch color. And look at the eyeballs. Look at the eyeballs. I mean, look at that. That's perfect. So happy with that. And then I decided I'm gonna make another one. And this one is close, it's not done yet, but look at that. So I have to work on obviously the scarf. And what do you think of the mouth? I don't think I like the mouth. I like the eyeballs. I think those are fine. The nose is fine. I'm not happy with the mouth. And it is amazing what a difference putting the yellow on for the eyes does for the whole face. It completes it. It really does. And that little tuft of green fuzz here in the scarf, huge, absolute huge difference to making. I mean, you can even see just my finger right there. Just a huge portion to make this project done. It is crazy how much of a difference. So here's the two. What do you think? Because I was thinking of getting a seam ripper or something and just ripping the mouth out and redoing it. My husband says it's a bit too thin. I mean, that one's thin too, but he's like, yeah, but you can see it. So I don't know. So I've got that. Well, not to be outdone, I made it into triplets. So I made the mouth a lot darker on this one. And I don't know. I mean, I can't beat it. This one's perfect. This one's perfect. And these are, they're related. All right. They're relatives. They are relatives. You can tell they're related. And I think, before I rip out I don't know. Before I rip out the mouths, maybe this one's, I really do need to do that top-notch hair and put on the scarf, or at least put something around, because that makes such a huge finishing difference on them. But this is what I was able to accomplish while on vacation. Oh my gosh, I need to do this more often. I mean, just having creative, just having a blast. I got all of these things, and I got this stuff, right? You know, I'm like, I got a lot of stuff done. I mean, all the Grinches and this and my socks. I mean, I'm like, holy cow, that's a lot. I just, and having so much fun doing all of this stuff and being able to just be creative. And I don't have deadlines. Well, not at my house, I don't, right? You know, I don't have any deadlines as far as this goes. I can do anything that I want to. And I got my husband's sweater done. Like I said, photo shoot for that. I got his sweater done on top of it. And, I can make anything I want to. So that's why I started a sweater for me. And I'm thinking of what are my next things that I'm going to make. I'm enjoying these smaller projects at the moment. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to have gotten done in a week. What is that? Like half a dozen Christmas ornaments, or pretty 5, what is it, 5 of them? 5 Christmas ornaments and 3 Grinches, finished some socks, and I got a hat done. And my husband's sweater, which you'll see. I'm like, that's crazy. I got to do this whole vacation thing more often. I'm just saying. Talk about just full of life and energized and just ready to just run and enjoy and everything. And, and now I'm also ready to start winding some more yarn, because that's the other question my husband keeps saying. It's like, hey, I got you that Arcane Fiberworks for our anniversary. Yeah, that was the 2nd of July, right? So what are you going to make with it? I'm not sure. Truthfully, I wanted to take it because the color that he got is something that I love and he also loves. And I just finished his sweater too, and thought, the insanity part of me says, I want to make him a fingering weight sweater. We know I haven't finished mine. right? That's not the point. And I don't have enough in that yarn to do for him a full sweater. I'd have to get some more to go with it, you know, hurt my feelings. I'd have to buy more yarn. But that's what I really wanted to do. So I'm not really sure. So I'm kind of on the lookout for another sweater. And I've got one on the needles for me. So I guess, what is that, 2 that I've got on the needles for me? And then I'm looking at starting another one for him. And while I'm enjoying basking in this energetic glow, I'm trying to grab some of my other projects and work on those. Oh, wait, there's another one. Oh, wait, that reminds me. Thanks for reminding me. I appreciate it. I did pull something out, not literally pull it out. That would be ripping it out, and that's bad. I was reminded, speaking of Arcane Fiberworks, of a shawl that has been in hibernation for 3 months. I didn't realize it had been 3 months, but I went and looked at the dates. 3 months now. This is the Scarflette shawl. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? And this is Arcane Fiberworks, and this is Jungle Waters. It's a beautiful color. That is a stunning color. I did get to see one of these shawls in person at a yarn store we went and traveled to, not local to me, but went and traveled to it, and I got to see it in person, and it is stunning. And I'm a long way to being done. I'm a long way, because I saw theirs. I'm a long way. Now this pattern is gorgeous, and the yarn is stunning, and it's worth taking my time on. So I have to take my time. That's all there is to it. I have to really pay attention, read the pattern. I mean, yeah, we should definitely, whatever. I have lifelines. I tell everybody, you should use a lifeline. And if you're not familiar, this is just that pink thread that I've got in there. What that is I've got that threaded through all of the live stitches, and it's kind of a known good spot. I'll normally do that like at the end of a pattern repeat, so I know if I make a mistake and I can't fix it. Some mistakes I can fix even if it's a couple rows below without having to pull it all out. Others, not so much. Lace, I'm hard with. That's a tough one. Cables, I've got cables. But if you need to pull it back, you can, and then that pink thread is there. So I have even finished this repeat and started another one. Here's another lifeline that I added. So I got actually quite a bit done. So really thrilled with that. Thank you for the reminder. I think that's going to be gorgeous. I mean, look at that. All the leaves and the cables and just oh my gosh, that is beautiful. So there you go. I did pull something out of hibernating, literally 3 months. So I don't count all my whips. I don't know if you do. That's just too much drama. I don't count them all. That's been in hibernation for 3 months. It's not dead. It's okay. I just picked it up. I added more to it, added quite a bit more to it. And if it sleeps for a little while longer, that is okay. I'm still putting progress on it. You know, the whole 1 stitch counts really makes a difference. Things are getting done, and I'm thrilled with that. And thank you again for the reminder. I know I had some people commenting down below, hey, what about that green shawl that you had? And I'm like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. What green shawl? It took me a few minutes. It really did, not gonna lie. But there you have it. So yay, getting done, right? We've got this. We're keeping each other honest. We've got this. It's a team effort right now. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for following me, for being here, hitting like and subscribe. And to all my members, I greatly appreciate you being here and supporting me in my channel to where I can continue to do this and bring you all of my yarny stories and all the antics that go on along with that. With that, I'm gonna let you go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.